You find the key. Me and Vatala. We're going to have a little chat while we're waiting.
Veya, I'm just trying to protect you.
From what? The truth? Oh, please. I want to know who did this to my brother.
Veya, wait! You can't leave us like this. I knew I shouldn't have told Veya the truth. I just made everything worse. Please let us out of here. We have to stop Veya before she does something she'll regret. I told her what she wanted to hear. I was with Captain Hlormaren the day everything happened. I was commanded to lure the Ashlanders to town and set up a situation for Hlormaren to deal with. My orders were to invite the Ashlanders to Balmora to trade, send some local toughs to instigate a commotion, and then get Hlormaren to investigate. It was just supposed to be a loyalty test. Who expected Hlormaren to kill his own soldier to save a savage? Captain Briven, though he was still a lieutenant at the time. As soon as I explained all this to Veya, her face turned dark and she stormed out of here. I think she's going to Balmora to kill him. You need to let me out so I can warn the captain. Thank you. Now, get to...
Get your ass over here, hero. We've got a situation and it's not good. I leave you and Veya alone for a couple of hours and everything goes to oblivion in an ore cart. Why did Veya leave the safe house? And why is House Redoran tearing the city apart to find her? You did what? I suppose you thought that was a good idea? Well, the damage is done. At least tell me you found something to make this debacle a little more palatable. That explains why Veya broke into the Kinhouse. I'm not sure what happened in there, but she certainly stirred up the Redoran soldiers. Veya might still be inside. Or she might have given them the slip. She could be anywhere by now. If Veya kills Briven without a writ, the Morag, Tong, and House Redoran will both want her head on a silver platter. You check the Kinhouse. I'll grab Ashur and see if we can pick up Veya's trail in the streets. Don't let me down, hero.
It was the councilor's daughter, Veya. She barged inside like a madwoman. I heard the clash of steel, screams and shouts. It was terrifying. And then the soldiers started filling the streets. Don't go in there, it's not safe.
The young woman, she killed them all. Didn't say a word, just walked in, drew her blades and cut down every soldier who tried to stop her. And her eyes, I never saw such rage as I saw in her eyes. She headed upstairs, to Captain Briven's apartment, I think. I can't believe she killed all these soldiers. No, she totally ignored us, just the soldiers. Nobody else was harmed.
What's the meaning of this? Where are the soldiers? If you're looking for my husband, I'll tell you the same thing that I told that brazen young woman. The council is meeting outside Balmora, and Briven is protecting the councillors. Now, if you don't mind, I've had more than enough excitement for one day. I could barely make sense of the nonsense she was spouting. It was Veya, Councillor Eris's daughter. Everything she said was a ramble. Something about my husband betraying her brother, that my Briven had to suffer just as she was suffering. She had a knife, but no, she didn't harm me. She said her brother wouldn't hurt an innocent, that I wasn't responsible for his death. Do you have any idea what she was talking about? Because I certainly don't. You shouldn't get involved. That young woman will hasten her own death if she thinks she can get past my husband and his soldiers. But if you insist, The meeting is taking place at the garrison north of Balmora. Dead soldiers? They were just protecting the Kinhouse. I'll go stay with my sister in Vivek.
Please tell me you found Veya. I can already feel the cold steel of the executioner's blade on the back of my neck. Is Veya trying to get herself killed? You can't just barge into a Redoran garrison and ask the soldiers to stand aside while you murder their captain? We have to get to her before she gets to Briven. She murdered soldiers without a writ. This is a dark path she's decided to follow. And unless we play this just right, it's not going to end well for any of us. Let's find Veya and put a stop to this. We can deal with any consequences after that.
Guard every exit. If Veya tries to get into or out of the city, we'll find her.
I don't like the looks of this. Briven is using war claws to patrol the garrison instead of Redoran soldiers. Either House forces are stretched thinner than I thought, or Briven wants to justify the use of mercenaries to the council. Maybe nothing, maybe everything. We know Hlormaren refused to employ mercenaries. He hated counting on thugs to do the right thing. I expect the Redoran Council feels the same. Maybe Briven's trying to show them what the war claws can do. The war claws may be a blessing in disguise. I can explain killing these bastards a lot easier than trying to wipe Redoran blood off my hands. Let's go stop Veya. I'm ready when you are, hero. There's no stealthy way to approach this. The front door's our only option. Then we track down Briven, find Veya, bonk her on the head, and get her out of here before she does something I can't fix. Easy as gore apple pie. Glad to see we all made it. Now let's find Briven before Veya skewers him. Like many Redoran structures, this place is huge and designed to serve a multitude of purposes. We're going to need to split up to cover it all. We must find Briven and keep him alive until I can talk some sense into my damn apprentice. He's going to be as mad as a bullnetch and twice as ugly, provided we can actually convince him we're here to save his sorry hide and that we're not part of a plot to kill him and the councilors. Just another day at the fair, right, hero? Nothing yet, eh? I hear voices behind this door, but it's locked tight. Keep looking, hero. I haven't so much as heard or seen even a whisper of Briven yet. Just lots of snarling war claws. If we can't get through this door, there's only one other way to go. It's always important to figure out where a target keeps its wine. In this case, down in the cellars. There's a staircase back where we first came in. And if we still don't find Briven or Veya, well, at least there'll be plenty to drink. And I'll figure out how to get this door open, just in case. You know, attending a House Redoran Council meeting was always a secret goal of mine. Right after getting a lusty Argonian maiden to scrape my flesh raw with her abrasive tongue.
What in the name of the three are you up to? I thought you worked for Councilor Eris. You better have a damn good reason for killing the mercenary leader. I ought to sound the alarm and let her warriors deal with the likes of you. Veya? She's barely out from under her mother's apron and she presumes to judge my actions? No matter. Whatever your motives, nothing justifies the blatant killing of Ferhara and her mercenaries. Councilor Eris can't protect you this time, Outlander. Ah, now everything becomes clear. Veya learned something of her brother's fate and wants to retaliate. Then let her come. But know this, I merely set the events in motion. I didn't conceive the plan. You're looking for the responsible party. Then look no further than Councilor Eris. He wanted to prove his son's loyalty to the House, to show that Oren's fascination with the savage Ashlanders hadn't corrupted him. Well, look how that turned out. A test Oren failed. Eris was devastated when his son sided with the savages, and his daughter ran away. He decided to resign his position. He'll make the announcement today. Eris hopes to restore his family, but I think it's a lost cause.
That's for Oren. Choke on your own blood, you bastard. My father, the entire council, they're all guilty. They all have to die. I have to do this, so stay out of my way.
Veya actually did it. She killed Brivin in cold blood. Veya killed Brivin without a writ. It was pure, focused rage. I never expected her to go through with it. If Veya doesn't get herself killed up there, the Morag Tong will hunt her down and execute her, like a rabid gua. Her and me, but I'm not sure they deserve to be saved, but that's what we have to do. Veya can't be allowed to kill the councilors. We have to stop her. It's more than me and Veya's lives on the line. Something like this could destroy the Morag Tong. The Morag Tong only recently began to find acceptance again. Veya's actions don't just reflect badly on me. They could be used to force us back into the shadows, maybe even disband us all together. We're both going to have to answer for this. We have to get ahead of her. Cut her off. There's a door on the main floor, near the kitchens, that should allow us to come at the council meeting from another direction. I was able to get it open when I was scouting around up there. Let's go. Let me try to open this door.
Veya, daughter, I'm so sorry. I never meant for any of this to happen.
Come on, stubborn, stupid lock.
Father, why? Does the house really matter more than your own son?
I needed to protect Ulron, to prove his loyalty. If I could do it all over again.
But you can't! None of us can! That's why I have to do this!
That's an order!
I'm not your apprentice anymore. The house has grown corrupt, evil. That's why all the councilors have to die.
Veya's down. It's over.
So much bloodshed. So much needless death. If only Eris would have listened. Outlander, we should speak. I think we can help one another. the Morag Tong agent. She cares deeply for Veya, doesn't she? It takes great courage to go against your heart and do what you know is best. You both did that by protecting the Council. For that, you have my thanks. A series of regrettable decisions led to this family tragedy, and most of them were made by Veya Releth. I knew of Ulron's compassion concerning the Ashlanders. It was unorthodox, but not worthy of the punishment meted out. Eris was wrong. Eris convinced Briven to test Ulron. Then the two of them decided to slaughter the Ashlanders. Oh, the Council allowed itself to be convinced that exile was an appropriate punishment, but we were wrong to let it go as far as it did. I didn't say that, but we're not butchers. We do not hire mercenary thugs to wipe out an entire people. This gathering was to deal with that. Eris planned to step down, and we were going to demote Briven for the part he played. House Redoran behaved poorly. Morag Tong rules were violated. I suggest we make sure these details never see the light of day. Leave the bodies where they are. We will say that Veya died protecting her father and the Council from the War Claws. Cooperate with House Redoran and hold your tongues. It's as simple as that. I shall return to the Council meeting and conclude our business. When we're finished, I expect you and Naryu to both be gone. That is all, Outlander.
I'm not sure about this. It's a generous offer, but those are some big secrets to sweep under a rug. Besides, Veya isn't dead. At least not yet. She's still breathing. The High Councilor thinks we killed her. The deal hinges upon all of us forgetting this sorry mess ever happened. Besides, once Veya regains her senses, there's every likelihood that she'll try to kill the Councilors again. When have I ever been able to convince Veya to do anything she didn't want to do? There's Redoran blood on Veya's hands. Once the Morag Tong ties those unauthorized murders to her, she's as good as dead anyway, and, more than likely, so am I. I don't see many options. We can either finish off Veya now, and go along with the High Councilor's deception, or we slip out of here with Veya and send her far, far away. She broke her vows and deserves to die. I know that, but it still feels wrong. You're right. If anyone's to blame for all this, it's me. I wasn't a good enough mentor. If for no other reason, Veya deserves a second chance. Look, you need to leave. We'll meet back in Balmora. And Hero. Thanks.
How many times have I told you not to stick your blade in your apprentices, Naryu? She'll live, but she can't stay here. Not after what she's done.
I've got that covered. Veya won't be staying in Vvardenfell. Ashur did an outstanding job. For an assassin, he's got a gift for the healing arts. Veya's going to live. Now I just have to convince her to listen to me this time. And as far as she knows, she did. Now Veya needs to disappear. Otherwise, both Redoran and the Morag Tong will go after her. Believe me, nobody survives that kind of attention. Veya didn't ask for everything that happened. She only wanted justice. I've arranged for a ship captain I know to meet us in Vivec City. From there, Veya will sail to Somerset and rendezvous with an associate of mine. He's kind of furry and a bit of an arse, but he's good people. He'll take care of Veya. As long as everyone sticks to the bargain, I go about my usual business. A writ here, a nice bath there, maybe a few intimate encounters along the way, to relieve the tension, you understand. I just hope Veya's good with all this. She has to be. Always, hero. Oh, hey, I want you to have this. Something to remember me by until we meet again. I hope you don't leave here with the impression that all dark elves are conniving dirtbags. Some of us are also kind of sexy. Like me, for instance.
Naryu! What happened?
Quiet, Veya. Rest now. We can talk later.